It looks like a scene from an action movie. This grain elevator, a building used to store grains and corns, exploded this summer outside of Cincinnati. But how could grain simply explode out of nowhere? To answer, we reached out to FSU chemistry professor Dr. Mark Curley and his lab assistant Chris Brewer to simulate this explosion using a substance called lycopodium powder.
It just looks like any salt or sugar in a kitchen,
Right.
But it's very flammable only when it's exposed to lots of air.
We can take a flame and we can inch the flame towards it, and all it does is kind of char it.
In a grain elevator, sparks can easily occur since the grain is constantly being moved around and processed.
If we increase the surface area with the flame by dusting it over it, we now get a column of fire.
That's because now the flame can touch all sides of the particles, and if a wind blew through the elevator making some grain dust airborne while a spark was igniting, that's when an explosion would happen.
So we'll add the lycopodium powder.
Now it's time for the demo. Using this large milk jug, Chris puts some powder into a funnel, simulating the grain. For the spark, he ignites a candle, placing it above the powder. Then they enclose the mock grain elevator. Finally, Dr. Curley creates the wind by pressing this pipette bulb connected to a hose leading to the container, blowing the dust towards the flame.
There we go.
Let's see that again.
Science!
And that'll do it for this week's Tsaparis Science.